through the 1950s, there was the stove, the Frigidaire, and the toaster, and that was it. So that made kind of the triumvirate of kitchen appliances. If you were very wealthy, you had a mix master, and then you had four, and of course, when you knew you'd reached the top if you had a Toastmaster on the table, a Mixmaster on the kitchen counter, and out in the driveway a Buick Roadmaster. Then you knew you were an American who had made it. This one over here, if I can just reach it, is going back to the square versions. This is one I got by, this was one of those free toaster giveaways when you deposit your money in a bank. Actually, you know, I deposited some money in the Silverado Savings and Loan a while ago. That wonderful institution that Neil Bush used to run, and they gave me this toaster. And I thought, wow, what a wonderful thing. As it turned out, I notice how narrow it is. It has no mechanism inside at all. It's got little kind of dorky wooden handles. You put the bread in, it falls down, it cooks for a while, and then when you want to get your bread back, you either have to reach in with your toaster tongs, like so, or you can raise this thing kind of, if you got both hands on it, and retrieve your toast that way. But this is Colorado Silver and Silverado, Colorado's, what was that called? Silverado, Colorado Savings and Loan. What a rip-off that was. Well, let's see now. Make some room here, because we are not done by any means. Here's a nice little example from probably, I don't know, what would you say, probably the 50s too. It's got now the thing that you push it down with. It's got something for, you know, light, dark, as they used to say. So they always say light and dark. They don't say black and white or whatever, or tan or brown. It's just light and dark, which I guess is okay. And then there's another little button here, which if you flick it, I can do that, it pops it up. You know. If you're getting worried, you know, because you turn your toast over to this machine and it's doing everything and you're just waiting and you're saying, that machine is going to burn it sure as the dickens, and so you can just reach over here with this little button. Check it out. It's kind of a pretty thing, nice watt kind of flat thing. It's got a little, if you get a close-up, a nice little design that runs around the top. You know, nothing was made very good. In fact, it was not thought a very good thing to make plain things back in the days when things were beautiful. Well, actually the round ones were the best, and of course, you know, they all remind me vaguely, these round things, of Buicks, which are probably America's greatest car, and these Toastmasters are America's greatest toaster. No doubt about it at all. Let me clear some toasters away here, and I'll show you now the pride of the fleet, the flagship, as it were. This toaster is the pride of the fleet here. This is the most beautiful thing I have. It's got a wonderful finish, and your breakfast, you've never had so much fun as you do having breakfast with this toaster, because you can look in it, you know, things get large, they get very small, your head gets teeny-weeny on top of your enormous body, or you can lean up to it, make your nose real big, your chin real big. The Wheaties box looks exceptionally good, and And the one nice thing about it is if you notice, it's got a nice oval shape looking down on it. I took out my calipers the other day and measured it and discovered that this toaster is actually the design of it, the shape here, is based on the golden section of Pythagoras. And this is the same dimensions, width relative to height as the Parthenon. And of course, that goes for this height and this width as well. I mean, the people that designed these things were not slouches by any means. They were amateurs. They knew what they were doing. They were building America at the time when America was building things that were superb in every way. Well, this was, I would guess, probably the height of American toaster manufacturing. I would guess maybe 1953. Then in the rest of the 50s, they kind of trucked along with these things, but things gradually began to slide until we got into the 60s, and they started making these god-awful things. I mean, there is no mystery to life anymore. This thing weighs about 4 ounces. It looks like a dirty refrigerator, which is the same kind of thing they were putting, you know, to cool your food, then at least to heat your food as well. The cord, here's the whole length of the cord. It's about 18 inches long, so that if you don't have a plug right by your breakfast table, you've got to put it on the kitchen counter and get up and down from your chair to get your toast. It's got a kind of ratty sound to it, clank. It doesn't tick. It just sits there and burns the toast. It's got a little button here that goes from, well, it's got the colors now. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or A, B, C, D, E, it's got a little light thing, and darker and darker and darker for people that don't know how to read anymore. That's what it's all about. Little symbols, you know. Well, obviously, if you look at these things, you can trace the whole history of America in toasters, you know, from the beautiful, elegant, kind of Victorian ones we started out with, to the great bulbous Buick-like things of the 50s that are just beautiful, and all of them, incidentally, still work. This one does not work anymore, and it's, you know, 40 years younger than all of these round ones.